It looks like we're going live now. Hey,
Yep.
what's up, boys and girls? It's the Cybernauts podcast, returning you from back from the dead, I guess. I'm Steve,
I'm Max.
and tonight I guess we will go ahead and talk about recent events pertaining to Doctor Who, Big Hero 6, and a brief review on an old obscure anime called Dragon's Heaven.
hmm And I'll touch upon a convention in Atlanta that just last weekend, Conjuration, which is
Ooh,
basically a con circling around magic, per se. Harry Potter.
around mechs?
Hmm?
Did you say around mechs?
No, magic.
Oh, magic.
Yeah, like Harry Potter,
Oh,
Lord of the
an
Rings,
amazing
fantasy,
trick.
magic. But at the
Yeah, no.
convention, most of the people will be talking about Harry Potter was the most.
Okay. Luna Lovegood fans. Okay. And then if you're wondering what I'm drinking, I'm actually drinking a Wasatch Ale called Full Suspension Pale Ale.
And I'm drinking Diet Citrus Spring Extreme Citrus Drop. Diet Citrus Drop. Uh, yeah, good old
Kroger brand, huh?
Kroger brand, yes.
Yeah, we got Kroger out here.
Big
So,
K.
so tell us about the convention. I'll go ahead and fill you in about Anime Bonsai and the 10th year anniversary. Ooh.
Yeah, and I'll probably touch upon Dragon Con too, just for a little bit.
All right, cool.
But Conjuration, since it's fresher on my mind, um, it would it they the runners of the convention want to keep this con small. You know, I think they want to. I think at the max that they want was something like 4,000 or 1,000 or 4,000 or something, and then other. They certainly don't want to have it grow as big as Dragon Con or anything. Which,
They want to build their fan base up.
well, they want to keep it, a lot more intimate little convention. You know, uh,
A little strange, but okay.
yeah, well, it's problem with Dragon Con and like all the other Comic Cons is it's gotten so huge that it's um, I, like many people, find like one location that you stick around and stay there for the whole con and hardly ever get to see anything else because it's just you just don't want to deal with that many people. Dragon Con is uh, reaching 40,000 people at this point, 40 to 50,000, and it's kind of a saturation point, really. You know, big long lines waiting for. Uh,
Well, I think that's just reminiscent of any con, though.
well,
I really do. I think that's with any con. Unless you do the prepay, so you can go like the night before the con actually it goes ahead and opens up. That's usually when you kind of have like the laid back feel of everything. But
it's
I can understand I can see where you're coming from on it.
yeah. I mean, the more intimate cons where you're focused on one or two subjects as opposed to 30 or 40 with like Dragon
Right.
Con. Um,
Right.
it's easier to enjoy talking about a more specific subject uh, and not feel like you're missing something totally out that you just can't even get to. Like, even though I love to watch anime or
Right.
Doctor Who or the paranormal stuff, I spend most of my time in the space track. I barely ever get to go to. I have not been to the anime section at Dragon Con in what 15 years.
Why
It,
is that?
well, it's last I saw it. It's in the basement of the Hyatt,
That- that's some time away ago, dude.
which is like like two hotels away from where I'm at,
Right.
and it's you know. But then again, there's the sci-fi lits down there, and I guess it's just it's mostly video rooms, which is not bad in itself, but I just I don't know. It's just uh, the time where I stopped watching anime, and now it's been so much. It's the market has been so flooded. I get so confused to see what do I want to really see. You
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I
know,
get that.
um,
It's gotten to the point where I hardly have any time to pay attention sometimes. Hell,
yeah,
this is the first time I've actually been able to enjoy a nice pale ale, let alone a beer. You know, I mean, and these have been sitting in the fridge since like, oh hell, at least almost a month actually, since before Anime Bonsai,
yeah. It's
which was
like
pretty cool.
it's hard to pick up anything new, really more, or been so busy with work and whatnot
Oh
that
yeah,
yeah,
real life. When real life goes ahead,
yeah,
actually
real life has caught
steps
up
in.
with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of, it's like if I want to watch something, I'll find something that looks like has some familiarity to me. You
Mm.
know, if they got the new Sailor Moon series. It's like, okay, I'm familiar with Sailor Moon. I'll watch that.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna go ahead and touch base on the Sailor Moon.
I,
My
I
my my kids
watched.
enjoy it.
It's pretty much the same, or at least the first several episodes. It's just following the whole Dark Kingdom storyline. It's like, well, I've seen this. It's more closer to the artwork, the original artwork. I actually have books of what the original artist and how she drew it and how it's changed. I think when they did the first TV series, they made it where it was easier to animate. They had to
Right,
modify the art so it'd be easier to animate.
right.
Uh, but that now I'm sort of
Well, what was
stuck.
going on? Back to the convention. What was going on with the convention?
Well, primarily it's Harry, like I said, Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings, with maybe a dash of Doctor Who. We'll talk whether or not there was one panel was is the Doctor a Muggle or not? It's like one of those. It's like, how does this work? Is and the guy who was running the panel was Ken Spivey. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure if you're familiar with Ken Spivey.
Uh,
Uh,
barely.
he,
I know the name.
yeah, he pretty much he sticks around and travels around the southeast a lot. He's got a band, this Ken Spivey band, which is uh, sort of a uh, is a Doctor Who. His theme. He's used Doctor Who is his theme of music, but
Okay.
with the flair of Celtic music. He'll
So,
do
Gallifreyan Celtic folk
yeah.
band.
Basically, he spent early part of his career as going to the Renaissance festivals,
Okay.
singing Celtic music, and he's written a few songs that with a Celtic flavor, but based on Doctor Who. You know, um, one of his biggest songs is "Why Did You Let Rose Tyler Go?"
Huh.
Because when he wrote it, he had a pretty big crush on um, Rose Tyler. So
Right.
uh,
Right.
he, we've gotten to know him. We always see him at the cons very often in Atlanta, uh, particularly at Time Gate, and he also showed up here at the Conjuration. Uh,
Mm.
it was pretty fun. We were discussing things like of course, his sonic screwdriver is his wand.
Right.
Um, the TARDIS, they made a equate that possibly in Harry Potter there's the room of requirement. If you remember, the room of requirement was this.
Huge, huge room made only to be those who,
It's like a door that just is out of nowhere.
yeah, magically appears.
Yeah, so you go in, and it's like bigger in the inside. It's like a TARDIS, if you really think about it.
Yeah.
So, and we were making, several connections, and it's like, well, I think it boiled down as like, well, no, you know, how would Malfoy consider the Doctor? And would he respect him, or would he just blow him off as some sort of,
No, it'd be the whole Harry Draco theme all over again. I think honestly, I honestly do. I honestly think there'd be a schism there somehow.
and I think we've come to the conclusion that he would react differently to the different inarcations, arcade, different doctors.
Mm.
Some doctors he'd probably blow off, where other ones he would like, totally,
Like the Sixth Doctor.
yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, I'm not even gonna go there with that one.
But their goal is to keep this con small,
Mhm.
uh, which
Uh,
I
yeah.
respect.
No, no. What about Dragon Con? What was going on with Dragon Con? We never did get to go ahead and connect on that, did we?
Yeah.
So what was the big thing on that?
Well, it was what it always was. Big, huge honking convention.
Mhm. Yeah.
um, One thing I saw really was great was this huge. Someone had created this huge dragon.
Hmm.
It was an actual costume, because if you look at it and you could see him, and he was manipulating the wings, and it was a beautiful dragon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I need to dig out wherever the pictures are that I had of it, but it was. Um, uh, let's see. Mm, the biggest guest I got to see this year was Terry Gilliam, uh, Monty Python fame.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I remember you mentioning that. Yeah.
yeah.
How was
Apparently,
that?
hmm?
How was that?
Oh, it was okay. he was very friendly. Instead of how most guests will sit up on their or the the platform behind the table answering Q&A, where the person was standing, asking questions, is like deep in the audience, ask the questions. And what he would do is he would go up to the edge of the stage, sit on the edge of the stage, have the person asking the question stand right in front of him, and they just, he was very friendly and just talked to him, great, nice, great, great guy.
Cool.
Um,
What
he's,
else?
he's promoting a new movie coming out. I
Oh,
might remember what the name of it is,
okay.
but um, I got to see Lord British again.
Hmm. And how's he doing?
Oh, he's he's doing all right. Basically, talking about his experience on space and all that fun stuff. The con itself seemed to run a lot smoother than it has in previous years. Um,
That's cool.
so, uh, let's see. How about on your end, convention wise?
Well, let's see here. We went to Salt Lake Comic Con back in September, and that was the second Salt Lake Comic Con. And during that time, I had since I left my Ghostbuster group. Now it's just personal issues, within the group itself. There's a schism between me and
Yeah,
some of the leadership. But
politics always seem to
we
undermine large
yeah.
groups.
I think the greatest thing about Salt Lake Comic Con was I actually got to go ahead and actually meet John Barrowman and Eve Miles from Torchwood, which
Oh,
was really a moment. It was really just wow. Um,
were you able to get autographs and stuff?
yes, me and my wife got a photograph of us with John and Eve. I got my own selective picture with John Barrowman. Yes.
Sweet.
Well, Ron, my wife got one with Spike. Um,
Yeah,
James.
James Marsters. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Um, and it was since and she got that during Fanic, so this was my big break to be able to go ahead and get a my own signature for myself. Let's see here. Little of the other con we went ahead and head up to was Anime Bonsai. Uh, this was Anime Bonsai's 10th year. We had Sonny Strait, we had Jan Scott Frazier, Chris Patton and Richard Davies went ahead and came back, and Vic, oh my God, what is his last name? I cannot for the life of me. I want to say Mignon, but that's like filet mignon. It's Vic. God,
Mignon or something.
yes, it's Vic. Okay. Um,
Okay.
yeah, we just and the thing was, we kept running into each other throughout the con. I kid you not, we kept seriously running into each other. If it, on the day before the convention, I was coming into the convention through the convention hotel at the back end, and I saw some of the guys on staff that I'm friends with, and no, there was Warky, and Jan Scott Frazier and Chris Patton and their security, their handlers, their little bodyguard entourage, which is cool. I mean, these guys are always there to go ahead and protect the guests of the convention and such. So, I give props out to them. But as I was going into the convention hall to go ahead and see if, where I could go ahead and, help out, in the audio video, because I usually help Bentley, who is one of the guys in charge of the anime viewing rooms, go ahead and help set up the equipment and such. Uh, I ran into Vic, and I was just like, wow, I I haven't seen you since Salt Lake Comic Con. Well, how was that? Uh, well, and the funny thing was that during Salt Lake Comic Con, my one of my daughters, one of the twins, who's like really heavily into Hetalia and cosplaying as America. Her and her Talia group, since Vic plays Grease, they got a big old picture with him, and there is a picture of her and him hugging, and I sent that to her. I said, I'm all like, dude, selfie. He's like, yeah, definitely. And so, me and Vic, got a picture together just before going to dinner. And throughout, like I said, throughout, I mean, even during the convention, I mean, after hours, we would be over at the hotel's nightclub. Not even really a nightclub. It was more of a bar. It was a bar. Had a nice outside deck and such. And yeah, I mean, Sunny Straight and Vic. Even Jan Scott Frazier was there. She hung out with us too. It was cool. It was a fun time by all. Friends of ours showed up, and um, one of my friends, Bryce, he's a big fan of Vic. Uh, Bought drinks, all types of stuff. It was funny. In fact, there was one part during the con near the end. I thought it was Saturday night. It was Saturday night. It was the end of the second day. We were at the bar there, and we walked in on, I guess, something just out in left field. There was some Winry fangirl
Oh, yeah.
just all up and down Vic, and Vic was just going like, "Oh my God, someone stop her, please." Because I mean, it's obviously that he said that, hey, look, I have a fiance. Could you please, I understand, the fan, being a fan and everything, and hey, I love my fans, but honestly, this is just a little too close. I mean, he actually tried to sneak on out, and she tried to go ahead and actually chase after him. A couple of us decided to go ahead and actually block the entrance until he was actually able to go ahead and make a decent escape, and it gave him at least a good head start, for him upstairs. Uh, and she left. She stomped off all huffy and puffy and pissed off. Um, he came back down though about 10 minutes later because he had forgotten that he left his credit card downstairs and had an open tab. And yeah, as soon as he was able to get it and get on out, she was like heading across the courtyard, trying to get back on over to the nightclub. And we're just like, this is gonna end badly. So the other guys decided to go ahead and run interference this time. We didn't have to run interference. Other than that, I got to go ahead and meet up with Chris Patton, voice actor for Dally Wong from Bubblegum Crisis 2040.
Uh,
Never did get to go ahead and meet up with Richard though. Got to hang out with Warky and Jan Scott Frazier. It was really cool. I always wanted to go ahead and actually meet with her face to face and in person. It was a cool honor. Excuse me. But let's see here. Let's see here. What else? Went ahead and checked out Evermore, and I'll go ahead and I'll throw some pictures in here at the end of the. We can go ahead and I'll show you some of the pictures from that. Um, Evermore had their Pumpkin Fest, and it gave people a chance to actually come on to the lot where Evermore Park's going to be built at. Evermore Park being one of the first steampunk themed attraction park, experience park to be created out here, out in Pleasant Grove, Utah. And and so far, from what we saw, it was nice. I got to go ahead and check out the area where they're going to have the Pirates Grotto. Um, I went ahead and took place in a couple of quests. Got some tarot cards for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The decor was all all pumpkined out and everything. Even had a dragon or a serpent um, decked out with a few pumpkins, but mostly greenery and lighting, which was nice as well. Uh, Other than that, the only thing that's going on right now is whether or not they're going to hold, if Dan Farr Productions is going to hold FanX, Salt Lake Comic Con FanX in April or in January.
Wow.
Other than that, that's about it as far as the con report goes.
Wow.
Hey, you know what I got to see tonight? What was it was actually the opening night?
Big Hero 6.
Yes, indeed, Big Hero 6. And being someone who has read the comics, the two limited run series, one with the group itself, and the one where they had X-Men's Sunfire in there.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, I gotta say, there is a big difference between the two, between the movie and between the comics. Um, there's a lot of racial diversity in the movie. In the comics, they are mostly all Japanese. They're mostly Asian to one degree or another. Um, I don't want to put any spoilers out there, but the storylines are different. If you're expecting this to be, hey, it's Marvel's Big Hero 6, well, no, you're totally different direction.
So I like who was the one who actually, well, what studio produced this?
It was
Was it
Disney,
Disney? Yeah.
Disney
Okay.
and Lucasfilms, and Skywalker Ranch and Dolby Atmos, Atmos,
Yeah.
whatever. um, no spoilers, okay? Well,
Fine.
maybe tiny little itty bitty one.
Fine. Go ahead.
Heroes, Heroes suit. I swear to God that the inspiration was from Pris's heart suit,
Hmm.
the helmet. So, so when you go see the movie, Big Hero 6, look at the action sequences. Take a look at Hero's heart suit. It's
Uh,
you can be you'd be like, holy shit. It's like
that'd be
like
something to
who
look
went ahead, who stole whose designs as far as Doctor Stingray's prototypes and such. Um, and the character, the different characters that are in there, Fred, Go-Go, Wasabi, all of them, even Baymax. Honey Lemon is not the badass in this. She's not. In the comics, she's portrayed as this blonde Asian badass, and with this purse of never of this bottomless purse. I know, but and the characters are similar, as far as like gadgetry is concerned, but the personalities are complete opposites of on the spectrum, really, really. It's definitely It is definitely one to see, though. I would definitely, even though I've seen it already, I would not. I would not go ahead and turn down another chance to go ahead and take a chance to see it. It was that good. It also comes with a short too. The movie comes with a short called Feast. A small dog, about a small dog, and the person that finds them, and sort of like what their life is, to this brief synopsis of their life together, and just gorging and just yum 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 yum, feed me, feed me, feed me, feed me. Uh, but yeah, as far as Big Hero 6 is concerned, um, from this podcaster's view, on a scale of 1 to 10, this is a 9.9, and I don't really give 10 9.9s. I don't.
Yeah. Oh.
So, switching to Gallifrey and the recent, we're at part one of season eight's
Yeah.
uh, Peter
Spoiler
Capaldi
alert.
Doctor Who.
If you
Yeah,
haven't seen the first
yeah,
part,
I called it. I called it. The first time we saw Missy, I was all like, "That's the fucking master."
yeah, I didn't see it coming.
Oh no, you didn't. You didn't. The whole point was the first time, with the steam man, with the robot man, going like, going like, is this the promised land? Yada yada yada. You know, and Missy going like, oh, and my boyfriend's got a Scottish accent. My boyfriend? Hello. Who would talk to him about him, in that type of sense? Huh?
Well, there was other people were theorizing the Ronnie might have been
No. Mm-mm.
that. I
No.
mean, that could have been conceivable, but
But
um,
very unlikely.
we've only seen two stories with the Ronnie, so we don't know too much, other than she was the same age as the Doctor and the Master. It's,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
um, I wish we could have seen more about the Ronnie, but
It is what
you
it
know.
is.
I think though, um, this whole thing is actually Moffat's way of making people more comfortable at the possibility of the Doctor becoming a woman, because if he had the Doctor uh, regenerate into as a woman,
Oh, and is she going to be Ginger?
yeah, it's like people might go up in all arms. Whereas if you all of a sudden started, you turn the Master into a woman, then that sets a precedence.
I know, right?
So, and then people are like, okay, they'll be more open to the idea of the Doctor turning into a woman because the Master is, it's like it's possible that a Time Lord can be, change genders.
Well,
So,
yeah.
I think that's one of the little considerations Moffat, I think, has made for this. It's like okay, but I thought it was pretty brilliant. The actress, she did a brilliant job. I loved her expressions when she's sitting there trying to explain to the Doctor who she was by just dropping hints, and he was like, oh, "Who are you?" Like,
Who?
it's like, "Oh, get with the
Like that
program."
guy in Guardians of the Galaxy. You may have known me as another name, Star Lord. Who? So, yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah.
Totally get that.
It took me about halfway through the episode to for it to sink in though that the people, the dead people, were the Cybermen. Although they kind of
Well, yeah,
spoiled it with the preview because you saw
we saw
Cybermen
the yeah,
trailers. So,
yeah. And the funny thing was, I was like going like, okay, wait a minute, hold the phone. It only sees organic matter. Really? This is what's left inside that shell? That's pretty fucking sad.
well, I always
Does
thought
that
all
mean that
that
Mr.
really left
Pink?
was the brain, but
Well, yeah, but does that mean that Mr. Pink is a Cyberman and that his consciousness and all that is trapped up in that Gallifreyan,
I'm a little
quadrilobyte hard drive?
confused about that. I'm thinking,
Well, well, the doctor said that was Gallifreyan technology. That was one of those psycho personality hard drives. It contains a person's consciousness,
yeah,
and they're referring it to as the Nether Sphere.
I'm sitting there thinking, a it's actually the Master's TARDIS. That where the heaven, the Nether Sphere, is actually the Master's TARDIS.
Yeah, maybe.
Because all of a sudden, they walk out the door and they are
Well, and you
out.
know what? Here's something that kind of like, well, wait a second, hold the phone, and include me in to being Cyberman. The logo,
Yeah,
the,
that was another
the
hint.
circle within it, the circle with the small, with the smaller circle there,
Yeah, they call it the tierlet or something. Yeah,
I guess. But that was like a dead giveaway right there. It's like, wait a second, hold the phone. That looks really familiar.
yeah.
So, yeah.
That when I was finally pieced that the bones and it's like you can only see the organic
Hmm.
and, and then they show the tear. It's like okay, it became really obvious.
Yeah.
It's um
And tomorrow's part two, I think.
yeah,
Showing part two tomorrow.
we get to
So,
see Unit.
yeah. And supposedly, rumor has it that the Christmas special is when Clara leaves.
Yeah,
So, I'm not sure how much water that's going to hold, that holds on that, as far as that room's concerned. But, I'm looking, forward, begrudgingly, to Clara's exit. And I want to know the whole thing about how the masters are like, um, my Clara, my sweet, sweet Clara, I chose well. I want to know what what the master means by that. Uh,
yeah.
personally.
There's a lot of questions. I think this season has cropped up.
Hmm.
Um, it's I'm a little confused about uh, like in the early episodes we see Missy showing up and uh, appearing making it appear that she's rescued these people who have died,
Right.
but how was she following the doctor to actually be there to be able to rescue these people?
Yeah.
Or it was like, are like you said, or is it their consciousness? Is she grabbing the consciousness, or what? It's like, how is this working?
Yeah,
And
because see, I'm totally expecting Mr. Pink to be, already upgraded physically, and that his mind is trapped in that in the nether sphere. And I'm wondering how they're going to go ahead and bring him back into the picture.
that brings up a bunch of little paradox in itself. The fact that Clara went through his timeline and met his descendants.
Mm-hmm.
So if his body is already destroyed or converted, how is he going to have these descendants?
Exactly. Exactly.
He's like he was going to be cremated, but is he cremated yet? You know,
Right. Right.
he might be still on the
One of those Cybermen shells, I'm telling you.
that. Yeah, I don't think he's been converted yet. I think,
You don't
like you
think
said,
so? Maybe. Yeah,
no.
we'll find out. We'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow.
I mean, he might be connected into this, but his body isn't.
Yeah.
I always
Oh.
thought the Cybermen needed the body,
Mm,
intact body. If they cremated them, they can't use them. I think,
right. Right.
you need
Um.
they need at least the brain is I think of the
Well, of
whole,
course, yes.
and apparently the skeleton too.
Right. Here's something kind of off track, but Doctor Who related. Here's the big thing that I want to know is what the fuck was ABC Network thinking when going ahead and pulling selfies off the fucking lineup? What
Um,
the fuck is their problem?
Ratings are poor, very poor for.
Bullshit. I'm calling
Oh,
bullshit on it. That Manhattan love story was a piece of crap. I wouldn't fucking wipe my ass with
oh,
that.
they're pulling the
Selfie?
Manhattan story too.
Selfie was hilarious. I loved Selfie. That was a honestly, that was that was like the only time that I actually really got a good laugh next to going ahead and watching politics.
Yeah.
Honestly. And I don't know. I think ABC's rating system is shit. Then, I mean, if they're gonna go ahead and pull something cool, funny, like that. I mean, we've got, you know, Howard, Johnny Cho, is it Cho?
Yeah. Oh,
And Karen Gillan in, together, I know, in a show. I mean, yeah, it's a little predictable, but it's funny. It's actually laughable. You're not going like, oh my god, really? They made a show like this? It's more like, oh hey, cool, a show that we can actually enjoy on prime time. It's like The Middle or The Goldbergs. It's actually funny. So like, oh
well,
my god, it's funny. Damn, we should pull it right the fuck off the ratings now.
I follow this website, TV by the Numbers, and let's see. Let me throw this up here.
Oh no no no! I've seen it. I've seen it, and honestly, I think it's rubbish.
Um, yeah, selfie is just as you can see, it's only getting. I do agree with you though. It is pretty funny, and the few episodes was I hadn't seen the last two episodes that they broadcast back to back. I've got them stored,
Funny stuff. Yeah, it's when you've got to check them on out after we're done recording.
but yeah, the
Uh,
Men in Love stories are gone. Uh,
yeah, that was the biggest piece of horse shit. Honestly, I wouldn't fertilize my roses with it. Just
yeah,
that bad.
um, but unfortunately, it's yeah. I think it's going to be a goner. Um, to touch upon other television shows,
Hmm.
uh, like Gotham. How have you been watching that?
I have had no time to watch Gotham. I have, with between real life and work and trying to get people to get off their tutuskus on my project on the back burner. I've just There are just a lot of shows that I have not been able to get into or watch even yet.
Well, I've really enjoyed it. I've been watching it. Um, there are some curious, little comic book purists, and they're always going to go, oh, this.
Yeah, it's not canon. It's not canon. Okay, kind of canon to which timeline?
Yeah. So they're saying, oh, this is not related to all the other. When you're talking
For
about,
which Earth?
um, uh,
That's what I counter with. For which Earth? Which timeline are you talking about?
yeah, when you're talking about intellectual property that has, what,
Over 100 to 200 different timelines?
you know, what, how many, 75 years now? Or how long has
Yeah,
Batman been running?
yeah, 75 years. It's
You
75
know,
years of Batman. And how many Elseworlds have they had? I have I have no idea.
you know,
I've lost count. I
yeah.
have.
It's when you stop trying to shoehorn things, then like everything on the Marvel universe, you got to consider the Marvel movies and the comic books aren't in the same universe, and even Marvel has made that clear.
Yeah.
They,
So is
they
DC.
yeah, they are in their separate universes, and you know
Right.
it was when you stop trying to shoehorn everything into the same universe, then you can start enjoying the stuff.
Well, it's the same universe. It's a different dimension.
Well, yeah, it's a
That's
variant,
the whole. That's the whole thing there.
but
It's the same universe. It's just a different doorway. It's a different path. Um.
one of the enjoyable things I always enjoy about the Gotham
Mhm.
is that Alfred's played by Sean Pertwee,
Yeah.
John Pertwee's son. So it's just a little, I guess, a little guilty pleasure with that. It's like, oh, cool. Uh,
I see that.
you know.
Oh.
Uh,
Let's get on with our anime review here on Dragon's Heaven. What were your thoughts on it? I mean, I know it's a short.
yeah, it's a one shot, so they have to,
Concept was good.
you know. I could see where they could have gone. It's, yeah, a lot more battles and possible development. It was interesting to have a robot that seemed to be so bashful about a naked body. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, um, uh, yeah, I wouldn't mind have seen a longer version of the thing.
Right, and I guess it was just due to budgeting and such like that. I mean,
Mhm.
in the live action sequence, that I think they discussed a little bit about that as well. Um, and that was one of the kind of cool things I liked about this particular one shot was at the end, they had the whole, we're going to go ahead and build some prototype, models here, and such. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't watch the making of portion of the videos. It just
Oh, go back and take a look at that. Those were really interesting as far as with the techniques and methods that they used.
yeah, just as my impression of watching the first section of the whole video, I was sitting there like, okay, how are they making that? And then it's like, okay, yeah, it looks like a model, and what they do, particularly at the very beginning, is they shine a backlight behind it, so you can only get like the silhouette of the uh, um, the mech to begin with.
Right, kind of give it that ominous, that ominous feel
Yeah,
to it. Yeah.
and I was like going, that.
Yeah.
After a while, I was like, okay, it's obviously a model, but
And I wouldn't really call it a model. I call it more of I would call it a statue prop
well, that's what was going through my mind when I was watching it,
or a statuette, I guess you
Yeah.
would call it.
But it's like, yeah, it's pretty cool, and then it goes into an animated part, and then when we started watching the animated part,
Huh?
the art struck me right off as reminiscence of Mobius.
See, and that's the thing. I was thinking, mm,
And if
what
the
is
viewer
his
is not
name?
familiar with Mobius, he's a French artist
Right.
that often used pastels and soft lines. So it was and a lot of kind of dotty art, almost a pointillism kind of point.
What is
But
it?
yeah,
Mamoru. Um,
but certainly a similar art
right.
and
The art styles were definitely similar.
so. Uh,
That's what kind of caught my eye with it. I was just like, well, wow, I really, I'm really digging the art style on this.
yeah,
This is very cool. It's also very familiar.
yeah.
So yeah, and I had just got done watching a small clip of Five Star Stories, and I was all like, wow, um, this is very cool. These are the artwork is very similar. And that's something I would you don't see you can't find that subtitled out on the market. I tried looking for a DVD or even a VCD of Dragon's Heaven, and I can't find it. I mean, have you? Have you tried?
No, I hadn't tried it. I didn't even know it existed. You told me about it yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. It's like one of those obscure animes. It's just like, wow, okay. Like it's like one of those like Fox for Kids, Cyber Police and Techno Cop and Razzmatazz.
Watched,
um,
the screen that says Artmic. I was like, oh yeah, yeah, Bubblegum Crisis. Yes,
yeah,
I'm certainly gonna,
and it was I think released. It was released in the same year. I think it was like 1989. I think it was is when that was released.
so yeah,
And,
Artmic.
and and here's one thing. Here's one thing. Speaking in relation with ArtMech and AIC. I just recently gone over to AIC's website because I guess they finally, somebody had given, gotten, their message because I know I'd sent at least 2 or 3 notices that, hey guys, your domain needs to be renewed. I guess somebody finally got off their tush and decided to go ahead and renew with their domain carrier. But the bad thing about it was that anything that was on the site before, I mean, the Bubblegum Crisis, the original, 20, 32, 33, and Bubblegum Crisis.
Sorry,
Uh,
shut that off.
um, wow. There was no content anymore. They did not have they didn't have they wouldn't go ahead and have you can find the listings. I mean, the character designs, the work that had gone into going ahead and laying out design works and character designs and all the cool stuff that you would see over at AIC or at AIC. It's all gone,
Wow.
which really sucks because that was a big draw to the website. A lot of the anime fans, a lot of the anime and manga fans would come to AIC to check out the artwork from the series and stuff.
Mm,
So,
let's see. Uh,
but yeah, Magic Dragon's Heaven, yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. Uh, let's see here.
let's
Oh, and
see.
I guess Bruce isn't going to be making it because, well, they're expecting him and his significant other. They're expecting, and I guess got she's having some issues going on, and he's there taking care of those issues with her together. So, I can't really go ahead and begrudge him that. I we salute you, Bruce.
Yeah,
We to stick in there with her on that, dude.
he's
So,
adding to the table.
yeah. Well, this is his first as well, so I mean, it's going to be a whole brand new ball game for him.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing and the thing is, with his talents, him being stuck in California and his talents, uh, honestly, I mean, his 3D skills have improved a thousandfold. I mean, I've known Bruce for like what, 4 years now, I think. And we were just playing Unreal Tournament, and he wanted to go ahead and start modeling instead of the whole sound engineer. I told him, hey, do it. I mean, I think you've got some real, because I've seen some of his work, and the guy even then, in its rawest form, it had talent. I was just like, wow, I could never do this.
Hmm.
I mean, his mastery of Maya was just like on the fly. I mean, he could just do it, take a character and be like, bam, 3, 4 hours later, it's all fleshed out, it's all baked, and you got your normals and all of that all mapped out and everything. It's all UV unwrapped and ready for texturing. And now, he's getting his resume out to to Pixar and Disney and DreamWorks and maybe even Chair and Epic Studios. But honestly, if none of these guys pick them up, they're stupid. I honestly, I mean, and, they can go ahead and say, "Oh, well, your stuff is so cool. We want to bring you on now, but we just don't have room." Bullshit. If you like the person's stuff enough, you'll find a way to go ahead and bring them on board and not lose them to somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, and he even did a Disney reel. He did a whole reel just based towards what Disney would look for in an animator slash modeler, and his the reel is just fucking tits for tails, dude. Seriously. I was really surprised with it. I looked at that, I was just like, wow. The Tarzan models were kick ass. Um, I even heard that some of the Marvel models from Disney and Marvel, uh, there was a company that had, commissioned him to go ahead and do the model work for it, which I thought was really cool. So honestly, I mean, yeah, you can do freelance work as much as you want, but honestly, when it comes right down to it, you need a job with the company.
Yeah.
And right now, I think it's getting to the point where he's going to either jump back on the audio studio wagon, because and it's only because nobody's picking him up, and it's a shame because I think. I think his name should be up in some of those movie credits, like Puss in Boots, and like or even in like the Defiance game credits, something. I mean the guy's got it, and honestly, if you're somebody out there who owns a game studio or is involved in a game studio, you really should talk to our boy Bruce. I mean, the guy's got talent.
Mm.
So, other than that, I've got nothing else really to talk about, Ken. I just, I don't. And with Bruce being gone right now, dealing with all that stuff, I think we should end it here on that note.
Um, oh, I got a couple of things I can throw out.
All right, cool.
Another TV series from Marvel, Agent Carter. It's going to be
Oh,
a
that's
mid.
coming up. Yeah, the movie's coming up soon too.
So I think that'll be quite an interesting thing to watch. Um,
Yeah, I want to see how they tie the two in.
um,
Oh, I do remember something. Oh my God, sorry.
sorry.
Matt Smith. Matt Smith.
Yeah.
Terminator movie next year. Genesis. Terminator Genesis. Matt Smith is in that movie.
Well, since that franchise, Terminator franchise, has gotten kind of wonky over the last few movies. Hopefully, this will.
Well, it's like what the sixth movie,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure where Genesis picks up at on the storyline. I don't know if it's on the skewed storyline or if it's on the original storyline.
Um,
I
yeah.
can't even remember. I know Genesis was out there. I don't remember what the storyline was though.
Yeah. Oh, I missed the Connor Chronicles. That was a pretty good series.
Yeah. And Did
Uh,
they did they go ahead and actually leave it? Did they actually give it a closed ending?
they kind of left it open and canceled
Really
it.
with Dark Angel, huh?
Yeah. It's Fox. The network loves
Uh,
cancel things, but it looks like with Gotham, if we finally got a show on Fox it's doing so well that it's not gonna they're not gonna kill
yeah.
it.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah.
That's I think great.
Oh, hey, here's something in the anime news. Excel World will actually be getting a second season,
Wow.
and it should be sometime around next year in 2015 is when they will start on that. Um, now that Sword Art Online is almost done,
Mm,
it's about time we got some news as far as Excel World. One thing that kind of pissed me off though was Genshiken Nadami. How the fuck can you go ahead and end an anime series in 13 episodes when it's a 26 fucking episode type fucking series? I mean, they're already to like, what is it, chapter 105 on the manga? I mean, how can you just, I get the whole, funding and all that and everything. Well, there's Kickstarter for Christ's sakes. I mean, seriously. I mean, you can't just sit there and go, oh well, it's funding and all that bullshit. Don't give me that fucking lame ass duck excuse. It's a lame duck excuse. You know it, I know it, other people know it. There are ways to go ahead and generate funds.
Yeah.
And it's a decent series. It's a real, it's a spice, so it's a slice of life type anime, but it's a good one. I want to see. I'd love to see the whole Madarami, harem route, be played out, as as the series, progresses.
Hmm.
Well, you weren't a real big Kenshiken fan either, were you?
Well, yeah, it was amusing. I'm certainly not the fan is is your level, but you know,
Yeah,
yeah, I could read it.
yeah. And Tenchi Muyo, there we go. I Tenchi Muyo is I think they're up to like episode 10, episode 11, I think, maybe. And the funny thing is and I ran across this I think on Crunchyroll or one of those live stream on one of those streaming sites. uh and they're only 4 to 5 minutes long, but I've only got to episode 5, but uh in episode 5, you know it's Tenchi because it says on there, Tenchi Masaki, student teacher, age 22. And in episode 5, there's you see Tenchi in this, at one of the remote buildings, one of the older buildings at the school, that the school has, and he discovers all these girls down below digging in this giant pit underneath the building, and you hear, and I swear to God, it's Mihoshi. I mean, all you see is the back of her head, but here are these really familiar blonde locks and that freaking voice. Oh my God. And it's just like, what the hell is the Galaxy Police doing involved in this?
She was probably my least favorite character in the whole series. You know, she.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, she's just so ditzy. It was like, really?
Yeah, she gives Lucille Ball a run for her money, but yeah, she would definitely be the Lucille Ball of this series. I'm telling you.
Uh,
Oh man. Um, but
Speaking of
on.
series,
Hmm?
I've actually dug out my laser discs. Um, I started watching the Kimagure Orange Road TV series,
Okay, my Orange Road. Yeah,
and
yeah. Oh God, that takes me back in the days.
yeah, it's like I spent a lot of money on these DVDs. I should at least watch it once.
No, I know. I know.
Laser discs, actually, not DVDs. But
Well, I've got it. I've got the OVA VHS tape edition.
yeah, I ditched a lot of my VHS tapes because it's just, you know, I'm afraid to watch any of my tapes to see how much they've degraded over these years.
No, I know,
Um,
right?
um,
You go ahead, you pop it, and all the magnetic tape flakes off as it goes across the head. Like, no!
and,
Oh my God! What the hell?
and you got to hear that nightmaring crunching noise as the VHS eats the tape. It's like,
Nom 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 nom.
it's like, no. You're gonna have to open the thing out so you can get the tape out.
Oh, at that point, I just get the meat cleaver, grab the tape by its huevos rancheros and just yank and just chop. Put out that top of misery, man.
So,
But other than that, anything to add?
oh, um, yeah, I think I'm about
Stick a
out.
fork in you?
Yeah, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Probably think about it as soon as we go online.
Is that usually how it works? All right, boys and girls. Well, I'm Steve,
I'm Max.
and we're two old guys in their 40s, minus one, who watch anime and
Uh,
dig on the British humor and stuff. So, if we're if you're around, next week or maybe next month, depending on how we feel, tune on in.
and give us comments.
Yes,
Make it know
definitely.
we're being listened to.
Yes, I mean, if you guys got questions or anything like that, please feel free to go ahead and shoot us an email, cybernautscast at gmail.com. We would love to go ahead and discuss them over the during the progression of one of our podcasts.
Give
Who
us
knows? We might
all
even invite you on to go ahead and talk.
right.
So,
We love to talk to people.
yep, yep. So from us to you, see ya.
Yeah.